Hello everybody, welcome to the channel. Got the fan going, so it's like 100 degrees outside, so. Checking in with the planetary circumstance. Woke up in a bad way this morning. We got some stuff going on. Apparently there's a dissolution. There had been some kind of an agreement or a partnership, some kind of a collaboration many lifetimes ago, which wound up being a very deceitful betrayal. And now all of those agreements, all of those contracts with those particular entities are coming undone. They're upset. Of course they are. Hello. So we're going to go ahead and check in on the circumstance and see what's happening here. Excuse me. So, disillusion was the word that Spirit spoke regarding old collaborations. Those are being canceled. So, in the central energy, we've got the star. The star is no longer collaborating with certain entities. In the challenge position, Page of Wands. Going in a new direction. In the subconscious, King of Cups in the reverse. Somebody's feeling over emotional. Somebody doesn't have any love. You're thinking about this man who doesn't have any love. King of Cups, masculine energy. In the recent past, King of Pentacles chose a Queen of Wands in the reverse. Catty, overbearing woman, with the intentions and expectations of Four of Wands celebration. We've got the moon here. Somebody could be something could be hidden. Somebody could be having anxiety, and the lens is being looked through. Ace of Wands in the reverse. They missed their opportunity. They chose this Queen of Wands in the reverse. There was no love for the star. So now there is Page of Cups and Ten of Cups reunion. Young love, spirituality, happy news. They missed their opportunity. They thought they were going to get a free ride on your soul. And it didn't happen, did it? Nope. You're defensive. It's time for you to heal. You're like, whoa, get the hell away from me. Outgoing energy. Four of Swords. Taking a break. Time to recuperate. Heal. And the end. Yeah. Time to heal. Bringing this to an end. It's the completion of a cycle. So, the star is here, essential energy. Thunder. Adventure. Rejuvenation, spirituality, the star, the light, energy. Going on an adventure, challenge, new journey. Happiness. Enthusiastic, happy. Here's a King of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, we're done dealing with men who don't love. We're done dealing with men who do not love. It's over for those King of Cups who do not love. King of Pentacles in the recent past chose the Queen of Wands in the reverse. Some catty, whatever. He's a fool. Feeling like a fool. They thought that they were going to get this Four of Wands. They thought they were going to go to heaven on what? On the star's energy? Scarcity. New beginnings. So their intention and expectation was that they were going to get this marriage or whatever. But there's a scarcity here for their new beginning. They chose the Queen of Wands in the reverse. They're getting scarcity. There was no love for the star, for the energy that they needed to build their whatever on. They're in illusion and disconnection. They're being disconnected from contracts, partnerships, unions. These are the disillusions that are occurring. There's no more contracts with these ones because of what they had done with the energy. These are happiness haters. They've missed their opportunity. Ace of Wands in the reverse. Justice is here. They've missed their opportunity. For an invitation. They're not getting a love cup. They've missed their opportunity for romance this cycle. Page of Cups is here in the environment. Happy news regarding a Ten of Cups. Melancholy. Somebody's having melancholy. We got it's time to heal. Nine of Wands. You might be defensive. Regarding those codependent people. Four of Swords. You might be recuperating, bringing an end to this cycle. Departure. You're leaving. We got leadership. King of Wands, Queen of Pentacles. The Mother, leadership. King of Wands. Queen of Pentacles, the mother figure. Somebody's experiencing hardship. They're gonna get, somebody's getting a bad luck. Somebody's having some bad luck because you're making progress. Because you made progress, you've grown and expanded. You're sharing your generosity. Somebody's confused and alone. They're confused that while you were while you were alone, while you were by yourself, you were restoring yourself, recuperating, and now you're leaving a legacy, because the magician is being disempowered and bound. That's bad news. They were living in a fantasy. They did not evolve or transform. There is death here and sacrifice. Of course, they're eager to do what they always do. So the star is here, rejuvenated, going on an adventure. Could be with a Knight of Wands. Could be a Knight of Wands. Traveling, protected, armored up. Everything is weird. Going on an adventure. Everything is weird. Traveling. Nobody seems to know what they're doing. Page of Wands. New journey. Happiness. Life is absurd in the reverse. Life, we're moving away from the absurdity. We're getting away from this weird stuff. King of Cups in the reverse, where they were bringing about a completion to the cycle of dealing with men who have no love in them. And this weird thing where you got people talking stuff on the television that have absolutely nothing to do with anything. Has no value. You're trusting yourself. You're not dealing with this overly emotional King of Cups who has no love in them. You're done. You know more than you realize. You got light communication with the celestials. King of Pentacles chose a Queen of Wands in the reverse. Somebody who's catty. They thought that this was going to be great, but they're feeling like a fool because you're letting them go. They could be feeling like a fool for letting you go. Four of Wands marriage got them scarcity here in this new beginning. You're letting them go. Because they didn't slow down. They consumed. They didn't slow down their consuming. They ate the life out of everything. Yeah. So they were going to be experiencing scarcity there. They ate up all the profit. They ate up all the energy. You're getting a new beginning here. They're worried. They're having anxiety. Those deceivers are being disconnected from loving unions. They didn't give it a rest. They're not able to rest. No rest for the wicked. They missed their opportunity. Justice is here. You're getting an invitation for romance. What the heck? Is this upside down? It's upside down. So, yeah, I'm just going to flip that over. We're giving it a rest. The machines are powering down. We're disconnecting from these entities that had, whatever. The machines, they bound themselves. We're disconnecting from the AI system. From those who had been consuming our energy. Invitation only. Justice. We're stepping away. Confidence grows with practice. The page is got a crush. Maybe they're getting into a marriage. They're feeling like maybe they don't have much to offer. Maybe they don't like what they've received. Maybe they're starting out as a page and they want to shoot all the way up to be a king. They're sad about it. I don't know why they're sad about it. They got this beautiful Ten of Cups love family. It's full of love, but still it looks like there is this, I don't know what seems to be the problem. Somebody's in melancholy. Somebody might not be satisfied with themselves. They might not have a high view of themselves. Nine of Wands, time to heal from this smothering, dependent energy. Yeah, from the dependence on nobody knows. So we're not going to be these smothering people who don't really know anything. They just need you present because they're drawing off of your energy. Four of Swords, it's time to recover from this. This is a completion of this cycle. You're departing. You are enough. The gold is in you, and these people have been feeding on it, and we're letting them go. Got to calm your thoughts. It's time to smooth this down and trust the actions of the one that you've been with. This is temporary, like chaos expires, so keep going and lower your expectations. Take time to rest and appreciate baby steps. You know, get out and touch the grass and walk away from negativity, and you're going to be amazed at how much progress you made. Be kind to the inner divine. Be kind to your light body, because that's the one that's receiving clarity and communication from the celestial body. This is your celestial body. So be kind to yourself and don't go selling out, man, because that's your link to, you got to cut this shit out. Stop listening to that and start listening to this. You know more than you think. These people don't know. They don't know. So, you know, we're coming to an end of being codependent on these people that don't really know. Because they're not, they don't, if they don't really know, then they can't get you anywhere. You got to listen to your celestial body, your light body. You are enough. You got to pause. This is not your problem. You don't compare yourself to these people, because they're all in chaos. And it's not your problem. They're trying to drag you into their problem. They need your energy to take care of it, you know? They're in a crisis without you. And it needs water. So whatever this is, it needs water. But we're going to close the tabs on that. because the waters that are here are necessary in order to um, keep the living alive. But when you got machines that require water to keep themselves alive, then there's not water to fuel the light body to keep that you got, because you're full of living water, right? And if these guys are taking up all the water, then what's left for you? You're gonna what? They're sucking all the light out of you, and that's what they've been doing. Making everybody sick. Making everybody sick energetically. Yeah, the computer. It's like I watched a video the other day and it was obvious that there was like black magic on it, because as I watched it, it's like my eyes were like pulled in, and then there was like a blackness or that started to kind of penetrate my heart chakra, and then it started to move down into the solar plexus, and I was like, whoa, yeah, it's this stuff. It literally sucks the light out of you. It's bad stuff, man. So the machines are powering down. Those people that don't know what the hell they're doing, they're dedicated to the dead that are in animated corpses or whatever, machines. The star is a rejuvenator, and they've been sucking the light and life out of the stars to fuel their existence, but they're dead. They're not alive. It seems as though they are, but they're not. They're not. Funeral. The star is going on an adventure. Those people who are up there talking, there's an end to that. That's going to stop. Those people who don't know what the hell they're doing, they're just up there misleading, misguiding, and drawing people in for an energy harvest. Yeah. Page of Wands, new journey, enthusiastic, happy. It's not absurd. Woo! There's not going to be any psychos. You're no longer dealing with the absurdity of a psycho. There's a funeral here. They got to get out of your life. So the curator, I suppose, is going to be taken off soon. Somebody is. King of Cups in the reverse is complete. We're not dealing with that anymore. Trusting ourselves, you know more than you realize. You're source connected. You're celestial. The celestial. Look, it's not a secret. No more secrets. It's not a secret. Source is in you. You're a living sun walking around upon the earth. Life is possible because of you. Walking around with the little mini suns inside of you. It's like everywhere. Every time you touch the grasses or the plants or the trees, every time you build something with your hands, you're infusing it with this light that's coming through you. It's not a secret. Everything that the celestial, all of the information, the silent communications are coded in your light body, and it's just naturally coming out of you. Silently, without you really being consciously aware of it. It's a symbiosis of the celestial bringing heaven to earth, right? So King of Pentacles chose the Queen of Wands in the reverse. Catty, freaking overbearing woman. He thought, man, this is great. Now he's feeling like a fool for letting you go. They're in a firestorm of karma. They're feeling like a fool because you let them go. You're in this marriage, or their marriage is bringing them scarcity. You didn't slow down. You get a new beginning. You took the path of suffering. You did all the work that was necessary, and they just went out and what? Whatever. You're getting a new beginning. You're going to live in the moment. You're going to have a life of luxury. They're afraid because they're getting disconnected from their marriage contracts. They're no longer going to be offered collaboration or marriage into a clan. No more will they marry into the clan that they wish to destroy. All of these collaborations, all of these contracts, whether they be marriages, relationships, partnerships, business ships, whatever the ship is, it's being canceled. They prostituted everybody's energy and they nearly exterminated the human race. Queen Bee. The machines are powering down. Queen Bee is going to get a break. Boss Bitch is powering down the machines. Disconnecting the machines. They missed their opportunity. Justice is here. Invitation for romance and stepping away from the machine. Recognizing who they are. You don't need to solve everything today. You don't need to solve everything today, Divine Masculine. Paige is here. It has a crush, a happy ending. 10 of Cups. A reunion, happy ending. Yes. Melancholy. They might not have they might not have a high level of confidence. A Page doesn't think they have a lot to offer, but they've got these 10 cups. A whole lot of love. Child, divine, a loving father. Material wealth doesn't mean success. Some of the poorest people have the most abundant light and love, which feeds the villages. It's crazy how you can have next to nothing, but there's so much love that there's no lack. It's weird, but it happens that way. It's time to heal from this codependence where nobody knows anything at all. They got, look, unemployed. They're out of a job. They didn't know what they were talking about. Nobody knew anything at all. They were codependent on everybody. All they wanted to do was fight. For your right to what? Be happy? But they wanted to party, right? They got bad credit. Four of Swords. Putting it to rest. The World card. This is the end of a cycle. Departure. You're out of here. You are enough. Right now, as you are. Be kind to your inner divine. You deserve the same kindness. Your light body is connected to source. You know far more than these other people. Look, be kind to yourself. We're closing this cycle. Yeah, you're getting your wish. That's a pretty good, I think that's a pretty good read. I don't know that we really need to go much more than that. You're armored up. Your sleeping spell was fleeting. You're right here. You're the healer, and you're very strong, and you're speaking up, and everything that you're saying is bringing life to everything. The energy that you're sharing, this golden light, is bringing life, filling the world with color. You have a very strong energy, and it's beautiful. It's inspiring everyone, the High Priestess. Everybody appreciated you in the past. Things fell apart. They left you stranded. A community could have fucked with your mind. And now they're very uneasy because your patience is bringing the secret garden back into alignment with love and joy. And you got these people, these religious people, and these whatever people that are wearing costumes, and they have this very grandiose opinion about themselves. They have opinions about the way your love, your childlike nature is so huge. They have no idea. She has no idea how powerful she is. They want to shatter your heart and reduce you because they can't handle the childlike celestial power in you, flowing in you. These dead entities feel very uncomfortable around you. You are protected. You are the caretaker. Your energy makes life possible. And these dead, low vibrational entities are going to take a break. They're losing their jobs. They did not know what they were doing. They failed in their endeavor to guide people into the light. They want to shatter your heart over and over and over again and get up into this celestial space as a very low-level, opinionated, shadow-dwelling magician. And they've been up there gatekeeping, shattering your heart, this is what they've been doing at the gate. They've been shattering the heart of high priestesses because they have opinions about your power, your celestial power. You have the energy here to heal the planet, and so do these youngers. And these nasty ass psychos did not want these ones to come into their authority, their celestial command. And the high priestesses are here fighting through this as these jackasses have been fucking around with the youth. The young boys, the girls, all this shit, you damn assholes. We're finishing the cycle of that. This is being laid to rest. You were able to rewrite your mind while you were in the shadows, while you were hidden away from everybody, while they were spending your abundance, and you have gained a whole lot of information from past lives, and you've brought it to the tribe of the lion. This is a daughter of the lion. All that knowledge is being offered here to the circle. Jaguar and the lion. Grounded into Mother Nature, the trees, the teachers, the energy of everything that is. We're laying boundaries. We're closing this cycle of these jackasses feeding on people. There's forgiveness for the attack. They thought you were this. Could have been there was a devil wearing your identity while you were isolated here. But now you're about ready to make your move. So, yeah. There's forgiveness, you know, with all this identity theft and energy swapping, you know. The queen bee is back, and there's forgiveness because the illusion was very grand. They used your own energy to kind of manipulate people's minds and circumstance. It is very believable. Alrighty then. So I think that I'm just going to go ahead and leave that. I do hope that all of you recognize this, because this is who you are. These people have been saying, "Oh, you're a sinner. Oh, you gotta dedicate yourself to this, and you gotta give, and then you gotta beg for, mercy and all that shit." Well, why? Why? These backstabbers had been consuming your energy. And the queen bee is shutting them down, closing the cycle. No more will they feed on the light within the soul, the SOL of the solar plexus of the rainbow covenant of the celestial beings that will no longer be utilized to keep these machines alive. We're done dealing with those entities who no longer have capacity to love. They phased it out or something. I don't know. They're very low vibrational. So, very quickly, it seems you're going to be living in a different life where you're going to have some good gain, some good inspiring concepts for creation, perhaps. Yeah, this is the end of your experience dealing with masculine energies and that are unloving or overly emotional, as well as female energies that are very catty, overbearing, and promiscuous, perhaps. Yeah. No more dealing with the absurdity of a psycho. And these people who have been out here trying to act like they know better than you, with their little book knowledge, their little book knowing, yeah, it's going away. They can't guide you. These people can't guide you. This is not inside of them. They eat it, they consume it, they draw it in and feed on it, but it's not inside of them. They don't manufacture it. They don't know what the hell they're doing. They're like an AI system. They're like Alexa. When you're source connected. So, alrighty then. That's the message. I hope you all been real nice there to each other. I'll be going through those things later. Thank you, Angel Hoyt. Good vibes, Curtis, Clayton. Thank you, everybody. Take care.